Hey, my name is Phil and welcome to this video. In this video, we're going to be talking about an email marketing software called Getresponse. And in this Getresponse review, I'm going to be sharing with you my personal opinion, my thoughts, my likes, my dislikes about the software after 4 years of using it. Now, there have been many times where I've decided that I want to change email marketing software. And then when I actually go to change, there's a few things that pull me back. So I want to be sharing with you those little points in this video. And hopefully by the end of this video, if you haven't yet got started with Getresponse, you'll know if the tool is right for you or not. And if you do decide that you want to get started, I actually have left a link in the description for a 30-day free trial. You don't need a credit card, anything like that. But if you use that link, you'll also be helping support the channel. And to reward you, I'm going to be giving you some free email templates that you can use. I'll leave some more instructions how to claim them in the description. So, Getresponse, what is it? How does it work? And sort of just want to share a little bit about it, right? So back in the day when I started 4 years ago, I really liked Getresponse because it was one of the only email marketing softwares out there that had landing pages as a part of the package when you decided to get started. Now, over time, that's actually grown a lot bigger, right? So a lot of other companies are including landing pages now, but Getresponse has also decided to increase what it's providing. So now you can have a drag and drop automation builder, which I'm going to show you what it's like in a second. It's also got landing pages, which was already there. It's now got webinars, so you can actually put webinar functionality in there. It's also got web notifications, which is actually new this week, which is really cool. It's also got sales funnels. You can create sales funnels inside of your back office and you can actually see the people filtering through it, right? So there's actually a few other things like forms you can embed into websites, all that sort of stuff, but I'll show you all about that in a second. But essentially what it's done is it's competing with the sales funnel software, right? So before you had to have a sales funnel provider like ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, things like that. And then you would have to integrate it with your email marketing provider. But these guys have actually gone a step further and created all of those steps inside of their software. So not only are you hitting two birds with one stone, but you're just keeping everything in-house, which minimizes risk of integrations failing. So it's a very, very powerful tool, especially if you've been in the internet marketing game for a very long time. You know there's nothing worse than integrations going wrong. So it's a big, big bonus in that regard. So what I'm going to do, instead of talking about the software too much, I'm actually going to jump behind the screen right now and I'm going to show you Getresponse. I've created a brand new account. So this is exactly what it's going to look like if you get started. So what I'm going to do, jump behind the screen and show you Getresponse. Okay, here we are on the back office of this brand new account I've created in Getresponse. This is on the free trial, guys. This doesn't have to have any credit cards to actually get here. So once again, if you wanted to check it out, the link is in the description. Now, if you're lucky enough to watch this video shortly after I've actually posted it, right now they've got an email marketing certification program that you can actually get for free as long as you upgrade. And while we're talking about upgrading, I might as well show you the pricing plans as well. Now, just to let you know, the basic is very, very good place to start. If you're just starting with email marketing, you're going to have more than enough tools to actually get started. Plus, you can get up to 1,000 subscribers just for $15 a month. And when you do start to grow your business, once you get to say 2,500 email subscribers, it's still only going to be $25. So it's really, really cheap. If you want to get into more of a professional type, scenario, you can always use the Plus plan. Over time, once you get more into it, once you're starting to get more profits into your company, highly recommend checking out the Plus plan. There's a few specific things about Plus that make it actually better, specifically to do with the scoring and tagging. Inside of the automation builder, they've actually got a URL tracker. So if you send out emails, people visit links, you can actually send emails based on that. But we won't get into that today. We'll keep things nice and basic. And we'll talk about basically the basic plan. So this is what you will see. If we click on the menu up the top on the hamburger menu, you will see here all the different type of tools you can use. So email marketing is basically your newsletters that you would send out. Conversion funnel is the sales funnel I was mentioning, where you can actually sell products inside of your funnel. Autoresponders is just a basic autoresponder type tool, which means if you want to create a sequential number of emails going at certain days and times, you can definitely do that inside of autoresponders. We've got the landing pages tool, which I'm actually going to do an entire tutorial about. I'll link that in the description once it's up. We've got the automation tool, which is probably my favorite tool of them all. We've also got forms and surveys, so if you need a survey tool, it's inbuilt in here, which saves you a bit of money. We've also got webinars, and we've got Facebook ads, which is a beta program. I probably wouldn't use these just yet, unless you're really into Facebook advertising. And then this new feature we also have here is web push notifications, which is really cool. It's basically, you know, when you go onto a website and you see a little pop-up, this is that exact thing. So it's a very new tool. I haven't actually used it, so I'm not going to be reviewing it today. However, that is there if you wanted to play with it. You've also got all your integrations here. It integrates with pretty much everything. And you've also got all these other things as well. Basically, what I want to do for you right now is just show you how fast you can actually set things up, right? I'm going to show you the order and how to do it because I've used this tool so much, I know it like the back of my hand. So I'm just going to show you quickly how things work. Now, the first thing I want to show you is lists. So if you're starting with Getresponse, you need to create lists. There's always going to be one created to the email address that you've started with. Mine is Intact Digital. Let's just say you wanted to create another list. I could just say here, Intact Digital newsletter, like so. Press create, and what it's going to do is create another campaign, right? Another list, and this is where you can store all your emails that come inside of here. If you want to play with the settings, you can also go over the three little dots on the right, click on settings, and you can add things inside of here like your business name, logo, if you want to have a double opt-in or not. You can also put all these types of things in here, which is really cool. And if you click on subscription, this is your double opt-in section. So if you want to make sure people double opt-in, which means if they subscribe, it's going to say confirm your subscription. It's basically going to send that first, and then once they confirm it, then it's going to add it to your list. So you can do that by clicking here like so, and then you can add your email address. And then also we've got confirmation message. You can send this out if you want to. I usually just leave it off because I want people to be redirected to another page. So this is basically the lists. It's very basic. It's very easy to do, but that's how you create lists. Super easy. And you've also got all these different things. At the moment, we've got nothing inside of here, so there's not going to be any tags or anything like that. So that's basically how to create a list. The next thing we're going to do is actually create a landing page for this list, because I know a lot of people love landing pages. Once again, I'll do a more thorough landing page tutorial. I'll also link that in the description once it's done. So create landing page, show you how quick and easy it is. I'll show you the different templates they have, and then I'll get into some really good stuff. So as you can see, there's loads of different templates you can use in here. Now each template has two pages to it. It's got the opt-in and the thank you. So once someone has added in their email address, it's actually going to redirect them to another page, and that's going to be your thank you page. You can either set it up to go to a website page if you have one that you'd rather them go to, or you can just use the default thank you page inside of here. So for this example, I'm just going to create a basic one here, potentially this one. It's Baker's Baker. So what I'm going to call this is an example of the thank you landing page and thank you page I was mentioning, like so. So I'm just going to call this newsletter. Click next step, and it's going to go ahead and create the campaign for me. So I'm not going to edit it like I mentioned, but I just wanted to show you how it works. It's very easy to use, and it's actually a really good builder. They've come a long way. It used to be pretty terrible, but it's pretty good right now. So here it is. Scroll up and down. Here's all the different types of things in here. As you can see, you literally just drag and drop things around. It's not like a container-based sort of program, builder, I should say. It's more of a drag and drop, and it's going to recode everything. Now at the top, you've also got things like laptop view, mobile view. If you click on that, it's going to create it for you, as you can see. And if you are using the landing page builder, just a tip of advice, create and design your entire desktop version first, and then once you're done, click on the mobile, because it's going to optimize it for mobile once it's done, if that makes sense, or else you're going to have to adjust them both all the time. Which is a bit of a pain. So here we've got some different tools. We've got things like a checkout cart. We've also got a text module, image module, button. We've got forms. We've also got shapes. We've got webinars, and if you're going to use webinars in this tool, countdown timer. We've got videos. We've got like the share buttons, and we've got a PayPal link, which is quite interesting. And then we've got code if you want to add in some HTML code. So it's got everything that you need to create sort of a successful campaign. It's very easy to do as well. If you want to edit something, just double click on it. You can type it. You can play with all the different bits and pieces. It's just like any other builder out there. And then once you're done with the opt-in page, you've got the thank you page here, which you can also edit. And then if you want to take things to another level, once you have got your opt-in page, your thank you page done, if you want to split test your opt-in page, you can actually add a variant in here, right? Which is basically, you can do an A/B sort of split test. So what you do is you just click on the variant button, and it's going to create a duplicate of the first page in which you can change, just a few things so you can see which page works the best. I believe you can do a few different variants, and it's just going to split between them evenly. So that's very handy to have if you're into a bit of split testing, which I recommend most people should do. But once that's all done, once you've got everything, you've done all your split testing if you want to use it, you've done all your thank you page, you've got here a cog, which is the settings thing. This is all your SEO settings that you want to play with, especially if you're sharing it on social media. So you can add a Facebook image, you can add the title, the description, favicon, which is the little picture up the top next to the web browser's name, the title of the page, all that sort of good stuff. And then once you're done, simply click on the next step. It's asking me to do the mobiles, which is cool. I'll just go past them all, which is easy. Okay, so that's all done. Mobile versions are done. And then once that's finished, you have got your SEO settings. I'm just going to call this the Intact newsletter. I can put a description if I want. And then here we have the landing page URL settings. So if I went to this page right now, you will see actually the page which is live. Just a little pro tip, you can actually add your own domains if you want to host your landing pages on your own domain. But generally, I see a lot of people using it on their WordPress website, as they should have websites anyway. So instead of having this crazy looking thing, if you haven't got your own domain, you can actually keep it on your WordPress website. So it could be, yourwebsite.com / and then you can rename it to whatever you want. So I've sort of covered all bases, right? You can get your own domain, you can add it to your WordPress website. It's very seamless as well. It works instantly, which I really like. But it's extremely quick to create these types of thing, right? Now, if we scroll down a bit further, if you have an autoresponder series, you can actually put it inside of here. If you want double opt-in, you can leave it. I usually take it off though, as a lot of people don't like to confirm subscriptions these days. It just means you have to filter them out over time. And for this particular example, I'm actually going to be creating an automation. So I'm going to not add it to a cycle in a day, but you've also got down here things like, you've got different types of analytics you can add. It's got all the standard Facebook, Google Tag Manager, all that sort of stuff. And you've also got your conversion tracking if you're doing a lot of email marketing. So that's basically the landing page. It's the builder. It's very easy to do. Once that's done, if I, for example, open it in a new tab, this is what it looks like. It's already done. It's already responsive, and it's ready to go, right? Now, next step. What I'm going to show you, I'm trying not to make this video too long once again, is I'm going to show you autoresponders really quickly, really quickly. And then I'm going to show you my favorite tool, which is automation. So for this particular one, I'm going to call it, you can choose your lists as well. So I'm going to maybe go to the newsletter. I'm going to call this the Intact newsletter, right? And this is going to be the first sort of autoresponder. So I'm going to say welcome to the list, and inside here I want to design the message. Now, just so you know, you can also personalize people's information, especially if you are adding the fields. So if I had, say, name and email, what I could do is I could scroll down to name, and then what it's going to do is, as soon as someone puts in their information, say you had to put in your name, your email address, it's going to replace name with their name. So it's really personalized, right? It's really cool. So that's all done. I'm going to click on design message, and inside here we've got different templates we can use. There's so many, so you can choose which one you want, or you could just go to a basic plain one, which I believe is at the top. Blank templates, here we are, and here's sort of the frame. So let's just say I want to use this one like so. As you can see, the builder is actually really fast to load. Now, if you are on the free trial, you won't be able to actually remove the Powered by Getresponse badge, as it is a free trial. But once you do upgrade, you can remove it, which is good. So let's just say I want to add in some text. I can add it in like so. This is some text to use. And you can also put the personalization in here once again. Come down to the person button, scroll down to name, drop that in. So you could say, welcome to the newsletter, name. Yep. it's great to meet you. And then you can put, whatever your message may be, like so. And then once you're all done, once it's ready to go ahead and click next. Obviously you want to change your logo and all that sort of stuff, remove the header if you don't want it, but you can test it. You can do a spam check, all that sort of good stuff, so that's all there. But once that's done, save and publish, and then you will see your very own calendar, right? So actually, to see the calendar, you have to press calendar view. At the moment, it's just on your hamburger menu. So basically, it's saying which day of the cycle you're actually going. So day 0 means as soon as they opt in. But once you click the calendar view, you can actually just come in here and drop in emails wherever you want, right? So let's just say I wanted to create an email for day 4 after they sign in. I can just create the email just like I did for the first one. And then a new email is actually going to appear on the calendar on day 4. So you can keep doing this. And I think you can send emails for like up to a year or something like that. So you can create infinite email campaigns really, and it's a very cool thing. So once you link everything up, you've created an automation and the tool's going to work on its own. So that's autoresponders, guys. It's very, very easy to use. Now the last one I'm actually going to show you, I'm not going to go into webinars or conversion funnels too much because a lot of people are just wanting to see how things work. So the last one I'm going to show you is automation, and I'm going to go ahead and start this first workflow. And inside of here, you're actually going to see some pre-made automation workflows, right? So think of it as a pre-built sort of campaign ready for you to fill in the blanks. So if you are, for example, creating a simple welcome message, if someone's just subscribing to your newsletter, you could use this, which is really easy. Let's say, for example, you're promoting a course. You've already got everything here: basic email course, webinar promotion. You've got all of these pre-made templates, right? It's all ready to go. There's so many different ones inside of here. Or you've also got the scratch build from scratch option. To save a bit of time, what I'm going to do is click on the simple welcome message, and you can use this for so many different things, but I'll just quickly load this. You can also preview them as well. This video is getting a little bit long, so I'm not going to hold you up too long. So once you're inside of here, you've created your automation flow, right? Now, the one thing I love about Getresponse is this particular thing, right? Automation builder inside of Getresponse is next level compared to other builders. Reason being, you can actually map it out, drag and drop it wherever you want, while all other email marketing providers are very linear, right? So it's either a straight or a side, and it's just really ugly. You can't see the entire thing. And the great thing about it is you can build this thing like a monster, right? And the bigger you make it, the bigger it's going to stretch, right? You can keep going. You can just literally keep going. So in my main account where I run all my campaigns, I've actually got like 10 different lists for all my different lead magnets and my opt-in pages, and they're all funneling into different variations, right? I don't have a picture on me right now, but it is there as well, and it's very, very cool. So basically how it works is I usually have it when someone subscribes to a list. For example, if I chose it to be my newsletter list, and I leave it on any method, what happens now is each time someone comes into this list, if they go through the landing page, they will get sent a message. Now, this message, I've already created one in my autoresponder, so I'm just going to use that to save a bit of time. So I just click it like so, press apply. Now, every time someone comes into that list, they're going to automatically be sent this newsletter, right? So as soon as they join, they're going to get sent this, right? Now, once they get into here, you might be wondering, well, what do I do next? Well, I can decide on actions based if they open the email or not. So for example, I'm going to connect to this. If the newsletter, I'm going to choose it, actually the autoresponder specific, and this is just targeting it into a specific autoresponder. Actually, I'm going to go automation. So I'm going to choose the intake newsletter. So if someone comes through here and they open this newsletter, I can actually do conditions based on if they opened it or not. For this fast example, I'm just going to use tag, right? So I'm going to choose 2 tags, and for this example, I'm going to choose this first tag. I'm going to call it cold email, right? I'm going to press add. Sorry, you can't have spaces. So I'm just going to say cold, like so. Right, so if they don't open my email, I've assigned them a tag which says cold. Basically, their email might be going to spam, so I'm going to potentially try to send other emails to them to try to get them engaged. And if they eventually don't open any of them, it could hurt my email address, so I would remove them, right? And for this one, if they are opening it, what I'm going to do is create a new tag and call them warm, right? So it's as simple as this. And then once that tag is done, you just connect the dots like so, and now it's all ready to go. Another pro tip as well, if you are going to do this, is always leave on a wait, because it keeps people in flow. If they eventually finish the flow, they're completely finished. However, if you leave them on a wait, you can always add to it, and then you can put the wait as 1 day, and then people are going to keep funneling through your list or your workflow. Hopefully that makes sense. It's a bit advanced, but it's something I've learned to be very beneficial. So I've connected all that. That's all ready to go. I'm going to save and publish. And now this is going to be live, right? Very, very cool, very quick, very fast. So that's basically how it works. And if you click on your flows, here is the flow. I should have probably renamed it. You've also got all your messages inside of here that you've created, which is really cool. But that's the automation. So once again, drag and drop is amazing. It tells you how many people go through your workflow next to the step, so you know what's actually converting and what's not. And those are the core features I basically use inside of Getresponse. Now I'm just going to quickly jump behind the camera one more second. I've got a few other things I want to share. Okay, so that was Getresponse. Sorry, this has been a little bit of a longer video, but there are so many features in this tool for one crazy little price. So I really wanted to share with you my thoughts and opinions. Once again, you don't need a credit card to get started. You can go for 30 days for free. So make sure you use the link in the description. And if you do, you'll also be getting a bunch of email templates that I've put together. I'll leave instructions for those once again below. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I do take notice of all my videos, so it would mean the world to me if you could actually give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. I've got so much cool stuff coming in the future, as well as some bonuses in the description. Make sure you check those out. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this Getresponse review, and I hope to see you on the next video.